By the way, the link for the news article is in the description box. Since a lot of you have been asking me about getting work here in New Zealand, I will be sharing with you the changes immigration has implemented since April 7, 2024. Being said those, what are the new changes for those who will be applying for an accredited employer work visa from April 7, 2024? Number 1. Hi guys! Kamusta na kayo? I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to my channel. My name is Colleen and I do share about our life experiences here in New Zealand with immigration news on the side. Unang-una sa lahat, thank you very much to all my subscribers and also to those who have been sending me private messages para makapag-communicate tayo. Hindi ko rin syempre makakalimutan yung mga taong nagko-comment sa ating mga posts. So thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, hopefully you'd consider before I even start today's topic. Anong bago sa inyo guys? Well, today, this video will be very significant to those who would like to apply for a work visa in New Zealand, specifically yung accredited employer work visa. Yesterday, the 7th of April, Immigration New Zealand, as well as the government, has made an announcement about the changes that they will be implementing sa AEWV. Kaya naman, I would like to shout out to Luna Bell. So, nag-send siya sa akin ng private message. Sinabi niya sa akin na merong daw ibon na nakapagsabi sa kanya na nagiging mahirap na yung pag-apply ng trabaho dito sa New Zealand. Disclaimer po pala, I am not an immigration advisor, lawyer, and I don't work with any agency. I do share information based on my personal understanding. I do get information as well straight from the legitimate website. So, Immigration New Zealand, yan ang mga binabasa ko. At saka kung kunyari merong mga local news na pinapublish, I'm pretty sure you've heard a lot of good things about New Zealand. That's why a lot of migrants have been going here compared in the past few years. So, the population keeps on growing. Ako, I started back in 2014 when I was hired directly by an aged care company as a caregiver. Kung nanonood kayo ng mga vlogs ko before, alam nyo ang history ko. Kung hindi nyo pa alam, i-click nyo lang yung mga videos natin and you'll get to know more about me. Before I go ahead, guys, I hope you've already clicked that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you will be notified straight away once I've uploaded a new video. And as I've mentioned, guys, for today's video, you will learn about the changes with the accredited employer work visa. If you would like to know more about the AEWV, visit Immigration New Zealand's website, or you may also watch the videos that I have made with regards to this topic. Based on the announcement, guys, Immigration New Zealand will be looking closely in assessing applications for the accredited employer work visa. And at this point, ANSCO levels 1, 2, and 3 are in the safe place. They wouldn't be really greatly affected by this one or will not be affected by these changes, but those under ANSCO levels 4 and 5 will be affected by these changes. So guys, are you ready to know the changes that Immigration New Zealand has announced back on April 7, 2024? Listen up. First, if you are an AEWV holder of a 3-year visa and also a first-timer, plus, if you made your application before the 21st of June last year, and if you're earning at or above the AEWV wage rate, unfortunately, you won't be able to extend your visa up to maximum continuous stay of 5 years. Last year, those who have been granted AEWV have been given the good news that they are able to extend their visa up to 5 years, because I think the visa granted has been valid for 2 or 3 years. However, with this change, this would be a case-to-case basis. Another thing, if in case your job is under ANSCO level 4 and 5 and has a pathway to residency, you will not be affected by these changes. For those of you who are bus and truck drivers, I know there has been a pathway to residency. However, this changed from April 7, 2024. Anyone who will be applying for an AEWV under these rules will no longer be able to apply for a transport work to residence visa. This also goes the same for those who will be starting a bus driver or a truck driver job from April 7, 2024. I'll just read this one quickly. Those who already hold an AEWV, those who have applied for an AEWV and are later approved, and those in open work visas who have already started work will still be eligible for a transport work to residence visa. On the brighter side, there will be 6 new roles added up to the green list. Straight to residence, these are aviation engineer, so that involves avionics, aeronautical, aerospace engineers, and also naval architect, also known as marine designer, ICT database and systems administrator, mechanical engineering technician, and aircraft maintenance engineer. Only 1 role has been added to work to residence, and that is a corrections officer. And unfortunately, with these new roles, there are also roles that will no longer be a part of the green list. These are paving plant operator, metal fabricator, pressure welder, general fitter, fitter and turner, fitter and welder, metal machinist first class, panel beater, vehicle painter, and road roller operator. Also, there were previous plans of adding up some roles under the construction and infrastructure sector agreement. However, these will no longer progress, and these are the following roles: driller's assistant, earth moving laborer, earth moving plant operator general, line marker, machine operators not elsewhere classified, mechanics assistant, and road traffic controller. Lastly, guys, this will be a big change for those of you who will be applying for an accredited employer work visa from April 7, 2024 with an ANSCO job level of 4 and 5. Also, you would need to meet a new set of criteria to be eligible for an AEWV. Higher work experience and qualification requirements. A standard of English for people on a job of ANSCO level 4 and 5. And a shorter stay in New Zealand if you're working in specific roles. The new minimum skill requirements will be applicable to those applicants whose role is not on the green list, and if you're not paying at least double the median wage, and those not meeting the green list requirements. Here are the list of skill requirements that you would need to meet. You should have at least or a minimum of 3 years relevant working experience to the role that you are applying for. You should also have a relevant qualification at level 4 or above of the New Zealand qualification and credential framework. For example, your qualification is not of at least a bachelor's degree level. You would need to submit evidence of your qualification accompanied by an international qualification assessment. Another thing that you need to meet, guys, and is part of the new updated criteria, is a standard of English, and this will only be applicable for those roles under ANSCO levels 4 and 5. Here are 3 scenarios that can help you show your ability in English. First scenario is if you are a citizen of one of these countries: Canada, Ireland, UK, and United States, and you have spent at least 5 years working or studying in person in one of those countries or in Australia or New Zealand. Second scenario, you have a qualification that is comparable with a New Zealand level 7 bachelor's degree gained in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. You studied for at least 2 years in any of these countries while being physically located there to get that qualification. And scenario 3, you have a qualification that is comparable with a New Zealand postgraduate qualification at level 8 or above, gained in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, United Kingdom, and United States. You studied for at least 1 year in any of these countries while being physically located there to get that qualification. And if you're like me, and I'm talking about before coming to New Zealand, I've never studied anywhere in these countries. I've never gained any qualification from these countries, and I was not born from these countries. There is another option for you, which is the English test. Just remember, guys, if you'll be choosing the English test as an option to show your ability in English, it should not be more than 2 years. Just so you know, guys, as well, if you haven't heard, IELTS has introduced OSR last year. OSR stands for One Skill Retake. If you will be taking this retake or OSR, it should be within 60 days since your initial test date. Now let's see what are the minimum scores for the specific English test accepted when applying for AEWV. If you will be using IELTS Academic or General, minimum overall score must be 4. If you will be using Test of English as a Foreign Language Internet-Based Test or TOEFL IBT, 31 overall. Pearson Test of English Academic, 29 overall. If you choose to take the Cambridge English B2 First test, as well as the Cambridge English B2 First for schools, 142 is the overall minimum score. And if you will be taking OET or the Occupational English test, grade D or higher in all 4 skills is the minimum passing score. If in case your role is under ANSCO levels 1, 2, and 3, there is no English requirement needed. And lastly, shorter stay in New Zealand for some specific roles. From April 7, 2024, this will affect those who will be applying under ANSCO levels 4 and 5. If you will be applying for a role under this level, or these levels, rather, if your visa application becomes successful, you will initially be given 2 years of AEWV, but you can extend this with another year. That makes it 3 years in total with a new job check. If in case you've maximized your continuous stay, which is 3 years at this stage here in New Zealand, then you would need to leave the country for a minimum of 12 months. However, if your role is under ANSCO levels 1, 2, and 3, your maximum continuous stay of 5 years will remain. And some ANSCO levels 4 and 5 roles will be exempted from this new criteria. And these will be those who are on the green list, those in transport and care sector agreements and on a pathway to residence, and those earning 1.5 times the median wage. I think I'll just stop right here, guys. That's a lot of information. Even me, I was really overwhelmed reading the article that was published. I can say that it was a lot easy before, and things seems to be a bit more complicated now. As well as the employers, there have been changes that has been implemented by Immigration New Zealand when they hire people from overseas or those applying for AEWV. But guys, looking on the brighter side, there is still the opportunity open, especially for those who are skilled. Thank you very much, guys, for watching my vlog today. There are more videos in my channel. Click, watch, share, and subscribe. Thank you, and you all have a great weekend. Bye for now.